Did Mohammed have multiple wives? And is that a perfect example that it's okay to have multiple wives? And
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahilladzi arsala rasulahu bil huda wa dinil haqq liyuzhirahu 'ala dini kullihi wa kafa billahi syahida. Asyhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarikalah wa asyhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu la nabiyya ba'dah. Berjumpa lagi dengan channel saya Mars Techno. Saya doakan semoga semua sahabat dalam keadaan sehat selalu. Pada video kali ini kami akan menampilkan usaha dakwah dari seorang Dr. Sabil Ahmad. Beliau pada sesi ini menjawab sebuah pertanyaan dari seorang wanita Kristen. Apakah Nabi Muhammad berpoligami dan apakah itu bisa menjadi contoh yang baik bagi umat Islam? Nah sahabat, bagaimana jawaban dari Dr. Sabil Ahmad? Kita saksikan saja video berikut ini.
did Mohammed have multiple wives? And is that a perfect example that it's okay to have multiple wives? And
Okay, fine. So the question is about polygamy or polygyny, as we say, right? Multiple wives or so. It's important for us to know that before Islam was reintroduced in Arabia in the 7th century, people used to have unrestricted polygyny. People used to have multiple wives, no restriction, by the way. Islam came to give restrictions. There is no religion that I can think of that in their scriptures, not later on by the church or the synagogue or their culture or constitution, there is no religion that I can think of, I could be wrong, that restricts the number of wives. Unrestricted polygamy before Islam, before Islam came to Arabia, women were treated as property, no rights. They were inherited, they were discarded to such an extent it was in the dark ages before Islam came there. Some of the baby girls, they were buried alive. That was the darkness before Islam came there. But after Islam came to Arabia, in the Quran and through Muhammad, peace be upon him, women, they were uplifted from being property to being fully human, equal to man in the eyes of God. Number one. So it says in the Quran, chapter number 4, verse number 3, that marry 2, 3 or 4, up to 4 by the way. But if you cannot do justice to them, marry only one. So under certain circumstances, in some Islamic states, it is given that option for the Muslim males. But me living in the US, I abide by the constitution. I cannot marry more than one. I have to abide by only marrying one because I have to listen to the rules of the land. So it's really important. Even if a man marries more than one, they have to be treating equally to every single wife up to 4. But if they cannot do equality, marry only one. Number 3 important point on this polygyny issue. Polygamy is not introduced by Islam. Polygamy is always there all throughout history, by the way. Even if you look at the Old Testament, almost every single prophet was polygamous. The greatest prophet of the Old Testament was Moses. Did he marry only to one? More than one. Abraham, many. King Solomon, it says in 1 Kings chapter 11, verse number 1, 2 and 3, he had 700 wives. No, what I'm saying is that there's not a single statement in the Old Testament that says don't marry more than one. Polygamy has always existed. Islam came to restrict it. Even when you look at in the US, right? Forget about the Old Testament, the Quran, any religion. Even when you look at the US, according to Chicago Tribune, a poll was taken, a typical American male has 7 extra, either premarital or extramarital affairs, without any restriction. If the poor lady, the girl becomes pregnant, he can just move out and then she has to raise single children. What Islam said is that if you're going to marry more than one, give 100% you are responsible for the children, for the women, for the clothing, share every single necessity. Compare it. Unrestricted number of extramarital affairs, unrestricted number of wives, no responsibility compared to what Islam said. 100% responsibility If you cannot do justice, marry only one. This is doing justice to the widows, to the orphans, especially in the time of war. When a lot of males are killed, there's a surplus of women. Who's going to marry them? If every single person, we need the warmth of a home, of a spouse, of children. We can give as much money, social security money and food stamps. That's still not family, by the way. And many a times, the children of a single parent household, they're close to 40% of this country, they have single parent household. And children of the single parent homes, they're more prone to getting sick, more prone to getting dropped out from the high schools. They're more prone to getting into guns and gangs and having lower IQ, and this vicious cycle continues. What is the solution, by the way? The solution Islam gave. So we have to look at the wisdom of God. So again, Islam did not introduce polygamy, it only restricted it with the wisdom behind it, with 100% responsibility for the safety of the society.
Masya Allah, sebuah penjelasan yang sangat ringkas tetapi penuh dengan dalil, mematahkan argumentasi dari orang Kristen ini. Ternyata poligami adalah sudah ada sejak zaman dahulu. Bahkan di Bible sendiri pun di Perjanjian Lama disebutkan bahwasanya Nabi Sulaiman beristri lebih dari 700 orang. Pada awal mulanya, Dr. Sabil Ahmad ini menjelaskan kronologis adanya poligami yang maksimal 4 di dalam Al-Quran. Di Jazirah Arab sendiri, sebelum kedatangan Islam di abad ke-7, masyarakat sana sangat tidak menghormati wanita. Bahkan mereka dianggap sebagai properti dan tidak mempunyai hak. Diceritakan bahwasanya apabila seorang pria menemukan istrinya melahirkan seorang anak wanita, maka dengan tidak segan-segan mereka segera menguburnya bayi wanita tersebut hidup-hidup. Namun dengan kedatangan Nabi Muhammad yang membawa kitab suci Al-Quran, sedikit demi sedikit merubah mereka untuk berakhlak lebih baik dan juga menerapkan syariat Islam, terutamanya dalam poligami. Jadi di dalam Islam diatur nikahilah 2, 3, atau 4. Tetapi apabila engkau tidak bisa berlaku adil, maka nikahilah cukup 1 istri saja. Jadi di sini ada kebijaksanaan Tuhan Allah kepada umat Islam. Jika dibandingkan dengan kitab-kitab ada yang di seluruh dunia, menurut Dr. Sabil Ahmad, beliau belum pernah menemukan pembatasan dalam jumlah istri yang bisa dipoligami, baik itu di Bible maupun di kitab agama-agama lain. Tapi agama Islam dengan jelas membatasi dan mengaturnya, di mana dia harus bersikap adil dan juga bertanggung jawab 100%. Di sesi ini juga Dr. Sabil Ahmad membandingkan dengan kondisi Amerika saat ini. Menurut survei yang dilakukan oleh Tribun Chicago mengatakan bahwa 40% pria Amerika mempunyai hubungan dengan 7 orang wanita sebelum menikah ataupun tidak ada berhubungan keluarga. Sehingga apabila wanitanya hamil, dengan seenaknya saja laki-laki tersebut berpaling kepadanya, dan yang bertanggung jawab adalah wanita tersebut dan menjadi orang tua tunggal. Menjadi orang tua tunggal tentunya merupakan beban yang sangat berat bagi seorang wanita, apalagi kecenderungannya adalah mereka tidak mendapatkan kasih sayang dari seorang ayah, dan menurut Dr. Sabil, kecenderungan mereka adalah bergaul dengan orang yang bersenjata, gangster, dan ada kemungkinan IQ-nya rendah. Jadi bagaimana solusinya? Diberikan pertanyaan lagi kepada para hadirin, yaitu Islamlah solusinya bagi masalah ini. Karena Islam adalah tuntunan dari Tuhan Allah yang tentunya lebih paham atas urusan manusia, dan dengan kebijaksanaannya memberikan kesempatan dan sekaligus tanggung jawab yang penuh bagi laki-laki yang ingin berpoligami. Nah sahabat, mungkin itu saja sedikit video reaksi dari saya. Mudah-mudahan bermanfaat. Wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.